Hey y'all, welcome back to Lunch at Uncle Jason's. I had a friend call me the other day and asked me if I would please do a recipe for squash casserole. So that's what we're going to do today, a squash casserole. Okay, to get started, in my frying pan right here, I have some chopped up bacon. It's some hickory smoked bacon. It's probably about 3 pieces of the thick cut Wright's hickory smoked bacon. So what I'm going to do is just get this started, because you want to render the grease in here, because this is what you're going to fry your onions and your peppers and your squash in to get it to the right consistency. So I'm going to fry this bacon up, and see, I just cut it up like that. It's no right way or wrong way to cut it up. You could even fry it whole. The reason I did chop it up is because I'm going to put it back in my squash casserole once it's mixed up. So I'm going to get this fried up and I'll be right back. Alright y'all, I'm back. This bacon has fried up good and crisp. Like I said, it's about 3 or 4 slices of the good hickory smoked bacon. And I'm just going to pull it up and put it in this bowl and set it aside until I get ready to add it to my squash casserole. Now you see, I'm not putting this on a paper towel because I don't want the grease that's actually left to be soaked up if I can help, because I want that flavor back in my casserole. Okay, now I am noticing, and I don't think my little pan I have here is going to be big enough for all of that squash. So I'm going to pour this into a bigger frying pan right here, just a little bit larger frying pan. And I'm going to let this heat up for a second. And what I have is 4 cups of fresh yellow squash that I have washed and I have sliced up. I don't peel it, anything like that. I just wash it and slice it up. And it's probably about 4.5 cups. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it directly in this pan. And I'm just going to cook this down with, I have 1 large onion chopped and a medium sized green bell pepper chopped. And I chop my stuff up and I stick it in the freezer, y'all. So you'll see there is some red bell pepper in there too that I had in there. So it's pretty much the 1 onion and 1 large onion chopped and 1 medium bell pepper chopped. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fry this down until the onions get translucent. I don't want the squash to get completely done because it's also going to bake in the oven. So I'm going to get it part of the way done. So when it's finished, I'll come right back. Okay, y'all, I wanted to show you this. I did take my pan and I have put a lid on it so it can kind of steam a little bit, because that bacon grease is in there frying it, but it's the squash and the peppers and onions are also going to release some of their juices in there. So I'll be right back. Alright y'all, this is cooked probably about 10-15 minutes, and like I said, the squash isn't done. It's just a little bit tenderer than what it was, and that's all you want because it's going to bake in the oven. So now all the seasonings that I am going to put into this, I'm going to put in right now. I have 1 teaspoon of granulated chicken bouillon. I'm just going to sprinkle that in, 1 teaspoon. And then I'm going to put in a little pepper, probably about 1/2 teaspoon. You can do more if you want, whatever you like. Okay, I'm going to give that a stir. And now I'm going to let it cook for just a couple of minutes with the lid off so it can evaporate some of that moisture that's in it. Because, like I said, you know, squash is going to make its own juice, and so are the onions and peppers. And I don't want all of that juice in my casserole, if you know what I mean. I don't want it to be watery. So I'm going to let this cook for probably about 5 or 6 minutes to let some of that juice come up, and then I'm going to drain any excess juice off, and I'm going to put it in a bowl, and then we'll come back and see what we add to next, okay? Alright y'all, I'm back. Squash cooked down to where I wanted it. Now we're going to make up the sauce that's going to go on the in the squash casserole. So like I said, what I done first, I cooked down 4.5 cups of squash, which was probably about 3 medium-sized squash. I had a cup of onion, a half a cup of chopped green bell peppers, and I put that in with the squash and cooked it down for probably about 15 minutes, just so the squash gets a little tender. To that I added 1 teaspoon of granulated chicken bouillon and about a half to a fourth of a teaspoon of black pepper. So to my bowl right here, I'm going to add 1 can of cream of mushroom. Now if you don't like cream of mushroom, you can definitely use cream of chicken, cream of celery, whatever floats your boat. You can use it. It'll be fine either way. Okay, then I'm going to add in 1 cup of sour cream. That just flopped out, didn't it? Okay, 1 cup of sour cream. And I'm going to put in 2 eggs. And like I always say with these fresh eggs, I always try to crack them in a bowl separately before I put them in, because if you ever crack a bad egg into the rest of your ingredients, that's sad, because you got to throw everything away and start over. And right now, y'all, groceries ain't nowhere near being cheap. I'm going to tell you. Okay, so that was 1 can of cream of mushroom, 1 cup of sour cream, 2 eggs, and our bacon that we cooked earlier. Okay, and also to that, I've got a little bag here of cheese. It's a 2-cup thing of cheese. I'm going to put in probably about a half a cup of cheese in there, just so it'll be cheesy on the inside. And I'm just going to whisk this up right now to make our sauce that's going to go in our squash. Okay, see how that looks? That's what you want right there. Alright, okay, now I'm going to add in our squash and onions and peppers that we cooked earlier. I'm going to get all of that out, every bit of it. Don't want to leave nobody behind. Okay, now I'm going to come away from the whisk for this, and I'm going to stir it with my spoon. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks so good. I wish you could smell this, y'all. It smells absolutely wonderful in here. Any kind of casserole, y'all. And guess what I'm gonna do with this? Taking it to work with me next week. That's right. So I don't have to go out to eat. I can eat in. Okay. See how that looks, y'all? See, that's the consistency you're looking for right there. Okay, I've got a 2-quart casserole dish that I have lined with butter. I'm going to pour this into the casserole dish. I'm going to get every single drop of this out. Y'all, I remember the first time my mom and grandma and them, they never really did make a lot of squash casseroles. If we had squash, it was going to be just plain old fried squash with onions, you know, and peppers and stuff in it. It wasn't a casserole. The first time I had squash casserole was at Sanford Middle School. And this is how they cooked it. And I fell in love with it. And back then, the kids devoured it. Now, if we gave them squash casserole, I don't know so much. They may not eat it, but we would see. See how that looks, y'all? Now, to that, I'm going to put some more cheese. Some more cheese. Cheese you cannot go wrong with. Cheese is awesome. Cheese is good. So I'm going to put that on there and I'm going to spread it out. That's probably about a cup and a half. Give or take a little. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a 375 degree oven. And I'm going to let it bake for probably about 20 minutes. And while that's baking, I'm going to get my crumb topping ready. I'm going to do 1 sleeve of crushed Ritz crackers and about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm going to mix that together. And then I'm going to sprinkle it on top. So give me just a second and I'll come back and show you how I make my Ritz cracker topping. Alright y'all, I'm back. And we're going to make our cracker crumb topping to go on our squash casserole when it comes out of the oven. Okay, what I have here is 1 sleeve of the round Ritz crackers. I'm just going to smash it. And I do that over the bowl. I'm not as brave as some folks and do it out from over the bowl because sometimes these little bags pop open and those cracker crumbs get everywhere and you're going to be sweeping them up for days. Luckily this one didn't crack open. So you just want to get them good and crunched up like that. Okay, I'm going to open this up and pour them right into this bowl. Okay, and here is my 2.5 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to get all that butter out, every little drop. Okay, I'm just going to mix this up and get all those cracker crumbs good and coated in that butter. That's what you're wanting. That butter is going to help those cracker crumbs bake up just as brown and crisp. Today's a perfect day for a casserole here in central Alabama. Over here on the east side it is real cloudy, drizzly rain. So I could use some comfort food today. Okay, I got that all mixed up. See how that looks? That's what you're wanting. Simple, easy. What I'm going to do is sit this right here, and when my casserole comes out in probably about another 15 minutes, I'll sprinkle that on top and then put it back in there just until these cracker crumbs brown up a little bit. So don't go away, I'll be right back. Alright y'all, our squash casserole is out. It's been cooking for about 20 minutes. It's not quite done yet, but I want to put this crumb topping on it. There was something I forgot to tell y'all. To this Ritz cracker topping, I always add about 1/4 cup of the jarred Parmesan cheese, just to give it that little extra flavor, because you know there's not a lot of salt in this because so much of the cheese and the cream of chicken mushroom soup and everything is salty already. So we're going to just mix that in, and I'm going to put that on top of this squash casserole. And I'm just going to spread this over the top evenly. The cheese is all melted and everything's bubbling in there. It looks good. It smells amazing. I don't know if y'all can hear it raining and thundering, but it's a nice little thunder shower here. It's going to be some peaceful sleeping weather. Okay. Alright, I got that on there. Wash my hands real quick. I want to put this back in the oven for probably another 15 to 20 minutes. In the oven I had it to begin with on 375. I'm going to cut it down to 350 this time. And I'll bring you back when this is brown and out of the oven. Alright y'all, I'm back. The squash casserole is out. It cooked for probably about 45 minutes to an hour. See how golden those cracker crumbs got? Now, I'm not going to eat it right now because I have company coming and they're going to want some of this and I want it to look nice, but I can promise you this tastes amazing, y'all. If you've ever had squash casserole, this one right here is a keeper. Anything that I put in them that you don't like, you can take them out, you can substitute it, make it, like I always say, make it your own recipe. Anything you want to put in, make it yours. I'm thankful that y'all came and was with me today. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Like the videos and comment. If there's anything that you would like to see me cook, like my friend Wendy asked me to cook this. So if there's anything you'd like to see me cook, leave it in the comments and I'll give it my best shot. If it's something I don't know how to cook, I'll find somebody who knows how and we'll bring them on and let them cook it. And if you want to, up in the description of my YouTube page, you can see my Pinterest page link there. And you can order my cookbooks on there. Lunch at Uncle Jason's, a Sleepy Hollow merrymaking, and the Haywoods are home for the holidays. I also have a fourth cookbook coming out, hopefully in the fall. It'll be called A Gathering of Friends, and when it's out, it'll be on that page also. And I'd really appreciate it if you got one and let me know how you like it. So I'm fixing to get a few other things ready for my company that's coming, and I'm fixing to pour me a big glass of y'all sweet tea, and I want to show you something. I got this in the mail. Y'all sweet tea mango tango. Guys, this is amazing. I thought the peach and the watermelon swirl was good, but this, they took it over the top when they made this. Y'all sweet tea, you did a good thing. So I appreciate y'all watching. Come back and be with me again, and y'all have a blessed day.